Talking of music, Mike has raised a really good question, so I'm going to
okay.
ask it. So at the RNCM Festival of Brass in January, I had an interesting discussion with Phil Wilby and Eddie Gregson about brass band music. Consensus was that much of the new brass band contest music that appears at championship level in the last few years is overwritten, technically far too demanding for the average championship player, and unlikely to make it into the standard concert repertoire. Edward is bucking the trend by trying to write more simple music as he gets older, but it is often commissioned to write what he described to me as fireworks. Philip told me that in concerts, as opposed to contests, he has trouble programming anything over 4 minutes duration, and that his typical audience is very conservative. So, do you think there is a disconnect between the traditional brass band audience and the new repertoire that appears via the commissioned contest piece route? If the answer is yes, how do you think we could go about healing this disconnect? It's a long question, but it's a good one.
Yeah, I was going to say, right. No, Mike, it's a great question. I agree. I would say yes. The problem, again, we go back to the initial problem. We see everything through the prism of contesting. We ask people to write test pieces. Why don't we just ask them to write a piece of music which they are happy with and we play? If you go back, I'm doing a series at the moment with Stephen Allen, who's an academic. Mike, I'm sure you know who Stephen is. And we were talking. The first piece we talked about was Vaughan Williams's Variations for Brass Band. It's a wonderful piece of music. You know, you're talking about a top composer with Vaughan Williams at the end of his life. But it's a beautiful piece of music. It's exceptionally. People say, "Oh, technically, it's not hard enough. There's not euphonium cadenza after 2 minutes in it." It doesn't need it. No. But if you play it well, it's just a wonderful piece of music. And we've lost that's what I think we've lost our way. We should trust the composer to say, what piece of music would you like to write for the brass band? And you accept what you don't tell them, you know, you could say it needs to be so many minutes in duration, whatever. And as long as they've got an understanding of the medium, they just leave them write what they want to. A few years ago, there was a piece written called Prague by the composer Judith Bingham.
Judith Bingham, yeah.
I don't know if you've ever heard the piece. It's a wonderful piece of music, really wonderful. And it was called, one of the adjudicators got up and called it Plague. And everybody thought it was so funny. Oh, this is wonderful. Yeah. Judith Bingham is one of the leading composers. You know, her choral works, everything. And we've lost her. She's not going to write for brass bands ever again. And why should she? Because we rubbished the music, because all we wanted to hear was crash band wallop, fireworks, tricksy bits and pieces, somebody playing a Peruvian nose flute and all this sort of stuff. That's all we wanted to do. Instead of having people say, write us a piece of music and we'll play it for you. We always think we've got to test ourselves. And we don't. You test yourselves by playing great music, playing it really well. Give me Vaughan Williams any day above something which is called On the Shoulders of Eagles, Winning the World, Exploring on the Moon, or something like that. All you have to do is look at the title. That's the giveaway. The greatest piece of music written for brass bands is a simple piece called Contest Music by Wilfred Eaton.
Yeah, we're in agreement about that too.
There we are. So just play, and Mike has seen this with the work that I'm sure that he has done. If a band trusts you, you're in association with a guest band, isn't there? If they want to work with you, trust you to write music. Don't say, we'd like to work with you, but by the way, we want you to write this music this way. What's the point of asking a composer to do that? Just trust them with the music. They tend to be very good at it.
Absolutely.